The Federal Republic of Germany. The Republic of Hungary. The Principality of Wales. Japan. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Scotland. The Republic of Ireland. The Isle of Man. The Kingdom of Denmark. The Kingdom of Sweden. The Kingdom of Norway. The Republic of Finland. The United States of America. Canada. The French Republic. The Italian Republic. The Kingdom of Spain.
This globe shows the two main kinds of crust on the Earth, oceanic and continental. The oceanic rock is denser, but the continental crust is thicker, and so it stands higher, sticking out from the sea. Where it is submerged as continental shelf, we get shallower seas.
The Hellenic Republic.
The Earth's crust consists of solid plates, floating like rafts on the molten rocks of the Earth's interior, and drifting under the influence of its thermal activity. Their relative motions have caused great collisions in some areas, building giant mountain chains such as the Himalayas. Elsewhere, plates drift apart, grind past each other, or actually sink one under the other, often causing earthquakes and volcanoes.
The saying, everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it, isn't exactly true. Satellite imagery and computer modeling have significantly advanced weather forecasting. Talk about the weather, and you're talking about short-term conditions in the troposphere, the region of the Earth's atmosphere closest to the surface. Temperature, humidity, wind, precipitation, pressure, and cloudiness are the basic elements that interact to create the weather. Everything from the high clouds and rising pressure of a pleasant day to the high winds and rain of an intense circular center of low pressure called a tropical cyclone, or a hurricane when it affects North or Central America. Weather over long-term periods is called climate. climate is dramatically influenced by latitude, the distance from the equator. That's because the Earth's axis is tilted 23.5 degrees from the vertical. That tilt, the Earth's rotation on its axis, and its 365-day revolution around the Sun result in the seasons, the Sun's rays hitting different parts of the globe in varying strengths throughout the year. This globe shows how the changing seasons affect Earth's vegetation. The Earth spins on a tilted axis as it orbits the Sun. This means that the northern hemisphere points toward the Sun during the northern summer and away from the Sun during the northern winter. South of the equator, this pattern is reversed. It's summer in New Zealand when it's winter in Mongolia. In the summer, days are longer and warmer than in winter, and plant growth becomes accelerated. You can actually see the northern hemisphere get greener between April and September, which is the northern summer. During the same months, you can watch the southern winter cause the Antarctic ice sheet to grow.
Today, we're experiencing the greatest loss of species since life began. We could be losing several dozen species every day, far faster than when the dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago. There is a real danger that our grandchildren could live in a world where tigers, rhinos, and the California condor are only memories left on video. The reasons are habitat destruction, population growth, and sheer greed as demand for products from endangered species continues. Setting aside protected areas has saved some species, but this only works if local people can earn a living from the reserves rather than poaching. Otherwise, national parks may only exist on paper. There's nothing new about habitat destruction. Early U.S. settlers spread out across the prairies and plowed too deep. The soil blew away, leaving the dust bowls of the 30s. Today, the problem isn't just plowing. From space, you can see fires burning across the Amazon. They're started by landless peasants clearing land to make a living in the forest. They're often joined by loggers, and finally cattle ranchers creating temporary grazing land for livestock. The richest habitat on Earth could be gone in under 40 years. The government is aware of the problem, but the profits help pay off international debts. Some creditor nations, meanwhile, are writing off these debts, but it may be too little, too late. Habitat destruction, however, is not limited to the world's tropical forests. Take a look for yourself. Every second, 2 babies are born. By the year 2000, there'll be 6 billion of us, 5 times as many as there were in 1900. Child death rates have fallen almost everywhere, and many people want large families, as their children may be their only security in old age. Overpopulation is only a problem when people have insufficient access to resources like clean water, food, and housing. So no matter how good the ads for contraception, the most successful population programs work at improving people's living standards and education. Overpopulation is worst in the world's ever-expanding urban areas. At night, satellites pick out our major cities. By the century's end, 8 of the world's 10 largest conurbations will be in developing nations. At night, lights visible from space show off population centers around the world, as well as some of mankind's more illuminating activities. See if you can identify the cities of Europe, America, and Asia, or spot the flares generated by burning gas and oil wells in Siberia and the Middle East. Other light sources to look for include bushfires in Africa, burning rainforests in South America, and the spotlights of fishing boats in the Sea of Japan.
A popular saying here on Earth is, just throw it in the trash. In the United States, homes and businesses produce more than 200 million tons of solid waste every year, enough to fill a convoy of trucks halfway to the moon. More than a third of all that garbage is paper. Nearly a fifth, yard trimmings. The other top trash, metals, plastic, glass, and food waste. In recent years, the idea of sustainability has taken hold. Sustainability means creating less trash and reusing more of it. Recycling is one way to reuse waste, including recycling of newspapers for making other paper products, and reprocessing of plastic bottles for insulation in jackets. Composting is a way to reuse yard waste like leaves and grass clippings. It's a method for speeding up nature's own way of breaking down dead plants. A compost heap in the yard turns waste into excellent fertilizer. Composting and recycling are just two steps towards sustainability. Another is producing less waste in the first place by being more careful about what we buy, use, and throw away. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has set a national goal of reducing and recycling our waste by 25%.
Here you can see the reduction of the size of the Aral Sea over 20 years, caused by diverting the rivers that feed it for irrigation. Welcome to Around the World, the global trivia challenge that tests your knowledge of flags, facts, and photos from every corner of the planet. Answer questions and rack up travel miles to advance. First one to circumnavigate the globe wins.
Oops.